fun. It was exciting. It was new.
We were energized. We knew that the roof was the biggest obstacle that we needed to finish before selling the rig. Once we got the material and we were getting started, it was kind of like, this is awesome. This is big. We're gonna finish this in a couple days and it's just gonna be great.
Having some fun with it.
We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of fun. I think that was like the first 2 days.
We had a great time almost killing Carrie, getting the AC unit off
Oh my gosh.
the roof. And then putting it back on was nice.
Well, and it started raining. So when you're redoing the roof, you can't have any type of moisture, thunderstorms. And so anytime the clouds came in and were threatening that, we had to cover the roof. So there were probably about 4 days in a row that we didn't even get to work on the roof at all.
Not that those days were without work, because a lot of times that would mean us, like the wind, like some plastic. We'd have to run up on the roof and try to get it secured.
Along with the rig, we were trying to get the Jeep cover on because the soft top to the Jeep ripped.
Which we found out on the way to the airport for Carrie, and all of a sudden the top just
Yeah, like we thought it was just gonna fly off the Jeep.
It's great.
So it was just, as soon as thunderstorms roll in, clouds, and it might rain, we have to cover the rig, and then we had to cover the Jeep with a tarp. Hook it with our little bungee cords, and that was William's office.
Got in there with us to help us rip the roof off. I think by day 3 we were exhausted.
Felt like we were making headway. The weather was supposed to be warm. It was 80 degrees. We got to work all day. Weather said it was just gonna be beautiful and just clear night, no big deal. Next day, sunny.
Partly cloudy that night.
Yeah, partly cloudy that night, and William goes to check on the kids that
lumbering over there, like just dead exhausted. And then I see this flash. That was the one day that we didn't cover it all up and tape it and seal it and everything, because for the past 3 days they had said that there should be a little bit of rain. There was none. Now, this day they said no rain. So
and it was 80 degrees. We were like, let's leave it, and we're just barely starting to tape it down, and it starts hailing. Not even raining, hailing, and we are scrambling. We had tools on the roof, we had the vents in the boxes, so we're having to carry down all the boxes, all the tools. It was dark by this time, you couldn't see anything. About 20 minutes of rain and hail. I remembered that I had driven the Jeep earlier that day, and because it was 80 degrees, I didn't put the tarp back on the Jeep. I didn't know that more could go wrong. mean, it just got to a point that it was just so maddening. So it was a lot. And I think by the first week, we were frustrated, just kind of really frazzled. By day 10, it felt like this is never going to end. And we really had to dig deep with each other. It was a lot of opposition. Things were going wrong. Nothing was working.
Talk about feeling punched in the face. Wake up in the morning, get punched in the face. Wake up in the morning, get punched in the face. So by the time week 2 rolled around, it was like we're just mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted, as I'm sure you have been many times in your life. So, you know, I kind of started thinking, what do you do in the face of opposition? A lot of times, and probably times in my past, it has caused me to change direction. You know, it's caused me to move in a different way. And sometimes that's good, but sometimes when you're moving in the right direction, the direction that God intends for you to go, you're going to be faced with a ton of opposition. And when you are faced with that opposition, then it's time to dig in even harder.
It's almost like a strengthening shield around us. When we were able to sit down and we were spiritually exhausted, we were mentally exhausted, and we felt like, man, I don't know. Like, this is so tough. We spent some time reflecting and going back. Are we going in the direction that we feel we should? And unequivocally, it was a yes. And we realized there are so many great things that we can do in helping others and spreading the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ and just the good news of God and His tender mercies to anyone we meet around the world with this new epic adventure we're going on, that of course we should expect opposition. Basically, things that make us want to quit. We should expect that. If we are doing things that are good, you should expect opposition. We should expect it. And that's not to say that sometimes it doesn't feel like you're being crushed by it, but allowing that knowledge that what it is to empower you, to basically help you to rise up and rely on the grace of God and the grace of Jesus Christ to strengthen you to say, you know what, I'm not giving up. And I'm actually going to work harder now. And I'm going to be more resolved. And we are doing this. How do you really feel? How does it feel to know that it's still sunny and we thought it wasn't, so we stopped?
RV wrapped in trash bags.
That's how we're feeling right now, with a big pile of trash from remodeling next to a school bus that we don't know whose that is.
Hey, and if you want to get a boat, you know what kind of boat it's going to be?
A rowboat. Not a good day today. We just felt efficient. We got things done. We had more energy. We were resolved. We were resolved on continuing to go, that we weren't giving up no matter what. There was no fence sitting. It's easy to say, like, when the day is good, that God's blessing you. But the fact of the matter is that He is willing to bless those that serve Him, no matter what, whether the storm is raging on the outside or the inside. The tender mercy is the perspective of being able to say, I'm sure there are blessings we didn't even realize. It just depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for the miracles that God is bringing into your life because He is? Or are you looking for the things that are wrong and going wrong? There's definitely going to be both in our life and your life and everyone's life, because opposition is a law and it is real. There are oppositions in all things. But what we focus on, the good and the blessings and the things that are going right, then we're able to be stronger, be more resolved, and use that as ammo when a lot of things come up that aren't going that right.
Because when you're doing the right thing and you're going the right direction, oftentimes it's not the easier direction. The harder right than the easier wrong.
We hope that this inspires you when you're going through a tough time to stick with it. Hang in there. You're not alone. You have Jesus Christ, and God, our eternal Father, is on your side. So hang in there and try to find the joy in your journey.
Even when it's tough.